Welcome back, everyone. Well, this is going to be part two of the Magnum RT new look front end. What do you think? The lip is completely bolted in place. I have the new fog lights in place there. Honestly, I do not like them. I got this one in here with the light smoke film on it. Looks a little better, but I'm going to go a little darker. And if that doesn't work for me, I'm going to go ahead and put the old ones back in and smoke those out. The front lip spoiler is in place, is completely bolted down all the way around, right to the edge on both sides. It looks pretty good. It just needs painting. I'm going to paint that with black trim paint. That's on order, should be here soon. And I think I'm going to start on the grills here, just to have that ready before I run all those wires across the top here for the angel eyes on the headlight there. I was going to put this inside, where is it, the controller, right? Because I don't like the idea of, mounting this over here by the grill because of the rain. But it doesn't appear to have long enough wires, right? This would definitely reach inside, but that's gonna leave it right around, let's say this length, this area here. These wires aren't gonna make it. Well, maybe this side of the headlight will, but this one won't. This one, you got one that ends right here, so that's not going to reach. My apologies. I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right. So this comes from the headlight on the right side over there. That one doesn't make it, and I see a problem right there. You see that? Looks like it's falling apart. We'll get that fixed. And then this one ends here, so that's not going to make it. Oh, phone is ringing. I'll be right back. Okay, never mind that. Spam callers. Alright, where was I? Oh, okay, so, yeah, that may not work for me. So I'm just going to have to do what they asked me to do, which is install it here somewhere. I'll figure it out. I'll protect it as much as I can so that this receiver right here doesn't get corroded when it gets wet. Anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, so let me get started on this grill, pull this bumper back off, this bumper cover, and let's see if we can get the grills in place. See how that looks. See you in a minute. 3 hours later. Yeah, took me 3 hours to do that. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Pretty good. All right, so I used a 1/8 bit with a regular drill for the top portion of the grill, and then the lower portion there, I couldn't get in there with the drill, so I ended up using a Dremel with a small bit. But I got them in there. They're all nice and tight. They're not easy to do. You have to line them up correctly, and they don't land in the exact same place as the rest of them, so you have to kind of maneuver them, and while you hold it in place you need to drill, and yeah, that's why it took 3 hours. But it's starting to look up. It's starting to look up. Look at this. It's not bad. Once I get this painted right here at a nice silk dark black, I think it's going to look good. So here's my plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm thinking of putting that antenna, that receiver for the lights, right in between the horns here. I'm not sure if I can pull that off, but I'm going to give it a shot. If I don't think it's going to work, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to ruin that emblem. I'm not going to do it. All right, so I think the only thing that's left here is I'm waiting for the darker tint to tint this one to see if it'll improve it. I'm still not liking that because I can see that ring, and I don't want to see that ring. And it also has running lights in there, so I can use that with the rings on top. But I don't like the fact that it turns amber if you turn the signal light on. I don't know if I want that combination. I don't know. We'll see. I'll wire it up, and if it looks good, I'll leave it. If not, I'll just leave that disconnected. All right. I guess the only thing I can do right now is start running these wires, and I think that'll do it until I get the rest of the parts. All right, I'll be back. All right, so it's the next day, April 12th, and it is cold outside. Got the heater going, and I did finish up the wiring here. Can't see anything. There it is right there. I wrapped it in electrical tape. Runs through here. Remember, these gets a cover that goes here, so you won't see any of that. I mean, you can see a little here, but that'll be covered up with the covers. I was also thinking of taking this back off and painting the inside of this black, so you can't see any of it. And I ended up putting the receiver right in between the edge of that fender and the headlight. It works pretty good. The only problem is that it should be longer, because you have to have this module here, I guess, the controller, and I'm afraid that it's going to get wet. It's going to get wet and it's going to ruin it. Not only that, but I noticed there isn't a channel here for the rain. It just goes practically straight down, so when it starts raining, it's just going to pour in here. And this is all aftermarket, so and you know the quality of the aftermarket parts, they're not that great, so I'm afraid to get water in there and things are going to start to corrode. Not only that, but it's going to seep into the headlights. It's going to ruin the cheap chrome that's in there, and it's going to fog up. It's going to look like hell. So this is my plan. Thinking of taking this this foam. This is the sort of stuff you get when you order parts. See, I have a bunch of it there. Yeah, I know, I'm a hoarder. I know. But look, it comes in handy. Maybe I'll stuff something like this in here, shape it up nicely, and paint it black so it looks like it belongs, and get the water to come in here and drip in between here, right? Where it'll miss all the wiring. But who knows? We'll see. I know. It's silly, but you have to do what you have to do to protect it as much as you can. You want it to last at least one season. Anyway, the bumper's on there. Let me show you how this works. As a matter of fact, I need both hands. Let me run the wires, attach it, and then we'll do a little demonstration. See you in a second. Okay, she's energized. As you can see, they're very faint. But here, I learned something new, right? So when I tested it before, I powered it here, and I used this, I guess, is a module that's attached to this fuse box and relays. I had the ground attached to this, and it worked before. And so this morning I come down, I hooked it up, and they wouldn't light up. So as it turns out, I guess when you close the doors and it is, you know, it sits here overnight, this must shut down, and maybe the computer inside sends a signal to shut this down, and it loses ground because you can't ground it on here right now. It wouldn't work. So I just used this tester, and I took the ground lead from here and attached it. Anyway, that's not important. There it is. All right, let's get the remote and power on. Power off. I wonder if I can get it from this angle. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. So I guess it's going to work out fine right where it is, right there. I will be running the power wire to the inside on a toggle switch because you can't leave that like that 24/7. Doesn't look cool. Anyway, there it is. That's how she looks. Starts pulsating, changing colors. We'll go with white. That's pretty freaking bright. Let's try blue, green, red. What do we have here? Flash. And this one is strobe. I can't see what that says there. Fade. Fade. Okay. That's pretty nice. And then this one I can't see. Oh, maybe you guys can see it. What's that say? I can't see it. My eyes can't focus. I don't know, folks. What do you think? I can't do much more here, so I'm waiting on the paint for the front lip spoiler. So I'm going to paint the front lip spoiler. I'm going to paint these bezels for the fog lights. Make sure they match. And what else? Can't do much more here. Maybe I'll just run that wire. Can't get inside the car from this side. So I'm going to wait until this is all completed and done. And then drop the car. Right now it's sitting on jack stands. And I don't want to take it down to do the rest of the work that needs to be done on the car because I'll be doing this twice. Anyway, let me show you what's going on here. It's April. We got snow. Damn it, man. Can't win. Isn't she pretty? That's how I'm going to drive around. At night, of course. Or maybe I'll do it like that. Anyway, folks, I think that's going to do it for this video. I think it's gone on long enough. Oh, let me show you before I go. So I'm going to use this RTV Ultra Black and a little brush. I'm going to grab a dab and I'm going to squeeze right in between here and get rid of that little, see that little white dot right there? I'm going to cover that up. And then I'm going to put a little more under here just to hold that sensor or that receiver in place so it doesn't move. Alright, that's the end of the video. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Uh-oh. Yep, it's only a matter of time before I did it again. Stupid camera.